this is what I worked on. They did my hair and all the rest. So I'm not going to meet the head of the studio in a one-piece bathing suit. So I cover up and I go over, and they said, Margaret, we want you to meet Walt Disney. And I went, like that. And I'm sure I stood, schoolgirl stand, and I couldn't talk. The second time he came over, it was a little bit better. Now the third time it came over, I suddenly went, he's Walt Disney. It didn't faze me the first couple of times. I was so overcome with meeting the head of the studio. Oh, we were trained. I tell you, we were trained. So we got to talking about it, and I told him, or he already knew for somehow that I had gone to school with his girls. And so we chatted about that for a minute. And then the fourth time he came back and he chatted. It was mostly he was talking to the fellas. He probably wouldn't know my name if anybody asked him. But what a thrill. And he was a very handsome man, very slim, beautifully dressed, and just so easy. I never saw him smoke any time that I was there. So I worked mostly with the artists, which I'm still doing. As I go over, I'll be there on the 16th doing another hoop-de-doo for them. So that is my way about Tinkerbell. I just want to tell you one more thing, and then we'll get back to Marilyn. I'm sitting, I got a call from Andreas Deja. You don't know who he is, but he is the top, most famous animator in all of the world today. Just a dear man. He's contracted by Disney. He doesn't work there anymore. He is so top of and sweetheart of a man. They were going to do a salute to Mark Davis. Could I come and talk about Tinkerbell and working with him? And I said, oh, the answer's yes. So over I went, and I'm sitting there on camera, giving him information, and suddenly, Andreas walks in with white sheets about this big, with Tinkerbell sketched on them, with Mark Davis's name at the bottom. These were the very ones that I saw pinned up on Mark's office the first time I went. And they put them on my lap.
Wow.
And it reminded me of something that it sort of went this way. I stepped out in front of the cabin the first time and said, Mr. Davis, that tells you how long ago it was, 67 years ago. I did the work. Mr. Davis, what do you want her to be? I asked, do you want her to be ditzy like Betty Boop? You want her to be above it all, like Queen of the Fairies? And he said something back to me. He said something back to me, which was, Margaret, we wanted to be you.
Oh, sweet.
And gosh golly, I said, I think I can do that. So for 9 months, that's what I did, working in other state. And that is why I can say I am Tinkerbell. I have written a book up here that starts when I'm 4. It's a different kind of a book, and I'm going to tell you about the story of Marilyn Monroe that is in there. It is 80 stories. Every chapter has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It is not a memoir. It's just lots of fun stuff. When I produced an animated 15-minute show for the state of California on the earthquakes. Funny stuff happened there. It's just lots of laughs and lots of fun, but it tells you about working through the business for 90 years. But one of the stories was, I got a call, and I'm not quite sure, but I think it was just before I did Peter Pan or Tinkerbell. I also did the Redheaded Mermaid, by the way. And, oh, wait a minute, wait. Good grief. I forgot that I had visuals. And there I am.
No, look at that. Wow.
Oh, great.
And that's how she came out in a movie looking just like me.
Wow.
And I've got another one. So,
Oh my
And they would give me props. And there I would be. One more. And here's the Redheaded Mermaid, who got me going in voiceovers because I did her voice. We just wanted to drown her, was my line in the movie, one of them. And voiceover acting was so much easier than going in front of the camera from 7:30 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. Which brings me into this information. Might as well give you these at the same time. I did 139 episodes with the Three Stooges, live and voiceover. I've done over 600 cartoons. That's one of the things. Thank you. Yeah, I do. And I'll get finished with this. And of course, the Andy Griffith Show, I traveled for that all over. I was in 2 episodes. And they're playing that after 62 years. They're still going strong across the nation. Okay, so why I'm talking about Marilyn is, hi, cutie. I got a call from a PR firm.